Nigeria's National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has intercepted various quantities of ephedrine, skunk, and nitrous oxide, popularly known as laughing gas, concealed in packs of Semovita and dry pepper, being shipped to South Africa and Kenya through the Murtala Muhammed International Airport in Lagos. The Anti-Narcotics Agency's Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, said on Sunday that the drugs were being moved by members of a transnational drug trafficking organization, some of whom were promptly arrested, their mansions raided, and luxury vehicles seized. He also said the cartel distributes cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, and ephedrine between Nigeria, Brazil, Ghana, South Africa, Mozambique, and Europe. According to him, the seizures and arrests were made by operatives of the agency at different locations in the country through credible intelligence. Now, we're glad to say joining us live to look at this development is the Executive Director of the Not Too Young to Lead initiative, Elvis Akpobi. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you for having me.
Okay, we've had a lot of incidences, of young people, engaging in drugs and indulging in drugs and being arrested. You can argue that it is not fun for young people to indulge in drug taking. Some of them could argue they're having fun, but the situation is even made worse because even those who struggle, to feed, get something to eat, prefer to spend a little they have to get high on some substances. Help us understand, in your opinion, how dangerous this trend in Nigeria today has become.
Yeah, for me, it's quite unfortunate that young people who have the energy, who are meant to be using their energy positively, are now subscribing to drug, getting high, and all that. But let's ask ourselves some questions. How come the high trend of, or the high curve of this drug abuse among young persons in Nigeria? Firstly, what is drug abuse? For me, drug abuse is the excessive use of hypoactive substances such as painkillers, alcohol, and other drugs. And it has become very prevalent among our young people. Another thing that is key is how do these young persons get these drugs? What's leading to this excessive use of drugs? Young Nigerians at the moment are depressed owing to the environment they find themselves. There's very little to be inspired by, and some persons who were not brought up morally, who don't have people that shape their mindset, they tend to be like, okay, let me relieve myself of this stress. That's why you see they subscribe to drugs. The UN made a report of recent that by 2030 we'll have 40% increase in drug abuse, and that will become a problem. We've seen cases where young people, they get high, they get into the vehicle, they run down people and all that. We might be shying away from it just because maybe our words are not involved, but their actions might one way or the other affect our words, people that are close to us and all that. But I think for me, there should be a proper look into this drug abuse thing. Owing to the fact that the National Orientation Agency, how have they educated young people on the consequences of drug abuse? Why are they educating even school students? Because as far as I'm concerned, what you don't know is above you. When we're growing up as primary school students, we're taught citizenry, we're taught other moral ethics, even in school. Those they have such curriculum lately. Another thing that is key again is, what are we celebrating? Which people are we celebrating? We'll see cases where some artists even come on the public while they take these drugs. A young man that is gullible will think that is this drug that is making this active successful. And don't forget, once society celebrates, we always multiply. And that's how we got here.
Elvis, why do we keep seeing Nigeria being used as a transit country for the drug trade out across parts of the world? We're looking at drugs like methamphetamine. We're looking at drugs like skunk, which is some sort of marijuana, if I'm not mistaken, and nitrous oxide. Obviously, these things are not produced in the country. So Nigeria probably is a transit. We know that recently the guy called Super Cop, remember his name, was arrested, for engaging with some of these people. The report is talking about a cartel We have the NDLEA, and how come cartels are still coming to Nigeria, despite the existence of laws? We have airports that are well manned with security. We have an NDLEA. They still think they can beat the system, and that's why this report is up. So why do we still have that?
Okay. I'm of this school of thought that people make up system. System make up a nation like Nigeria. The mindset of these people matters a lot. This is to tell you that there is a loophole in our security. The agencies that are on systems that are meant to be, checkmating these drugs. Why I want to commend the NDLEA for the work they are doing. I think they should look inward. See, this thing can be prevalent from what I know and the little exposure I have, this thing cannot continue if there is no compromise, either be by someone with a that has huge influence, or someone that is one way or the other connected. Another thing that is key again is, let's start asking our young people how they make their money, because some have engaged. So the youth is my primary constituency. I've engaged some persons. They'll be like, once they have the opportunity to just go for one move and push drugs, if they come back, they're multi-millionaires. Nobody cares how people make money again. And when they see somebody who just traveled, came back, erected, buy fleet of cars, have buildings and all that, you ask questions that it was into drug, he went on and came back. And you expect that, how do I convince my fellow young person not to get involved in that? So in as much as we must check our transit system, the airports, the borders and all that, who are we celebrating? Officer, I was meant to understand that an influential artist whose name I don't want to call was not a drug ambassador and NDLEA ambassador. I don't know from the vantage point the NDLEA saw him and gave him that ambassadorial position. If it works, fine, but we should stop celebrating people we should be ashamed of.
Right.
Let's start educating young people on the importance and the consequences of drug abuse, on the importance not to be under a Dutch courage, to want to achieve something, not always get high to want to achieve something.
To be fair to the Nigeria's narcotics or anti-narcotics agency, they said that the young man simply came to see them and said he wants to help to spread a message of, against drug abuse, but they didn't make him ambassador. They later came out to say something regarding that. But is there a kind of message, you recommend to be taken to the youth? Because you've talked about young people and the role in this, both those who are using and those who are seeing it as a means to get wealthy. Some of those we saw on our clips are 51 years old, but young people are largely being used to transport these things. Is there a message, a kind of messaging that you recommend be taken to the youth population in Nigeria to enlighten them on reasons why, that first taste of hard drug must not happen in order to preserve their lives and their future, and also why they should not see it as a means to get wealthy, get rich quick?
For me, so everybody listening to me right now, there's no way you get it. Taking drugs, I've not seen anybody who shared a story that while he was much younger, he was into drugs and it was with positive feedback. So I know it's a very, very difficult time to be in Nigeria youth because of the bleakness we are faced with, and a lot of people are depressed, they want to be calm. But to everybody listening to my voice today, there are better ways to be calm. Nigeria seems very, very uninspiring at the moment, but it's me and you that make up Nigeria. We young people, mostly we have the energy. Let's gravitate towards using our energy positively. Let's not ruin our future because we are the future of Nigeria and we are the future of Africa. Drugs is a no-no, is a no-go area. There's nobody that has gotten involved in drug abuse and became very, very successful. So we must make Nigeria better. We must make Africa better. We must all play a role in it as young people. And playing a role in it means abstaining from drug abuse and getting involved positively in the things that will grow our nation.
Interesting indeed. Elvis Akpobi, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Elvis Akpobi, Executive Director, Not Too Young to Lead Initiative.